Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. While the double DiMera wedding is coming to an end, Sloan discovers in secret who the father of Nicole's child is. Sloan discovers the identity of Nicole's baby's father today on Days of Our Lives. Gwen reveals to Leo Dimitri's lewd text messages, and someone disrupts the wedding. Rafe knocks on Jada's door when she is still in her towel, inviting her to Gabby's wedding. They are no longer need to conceal their relationship now that he has left the force. Jada believes that Abby could bring him back, but he wouldn't be delighted about them getting together. Rafe claims that being let loose has been liberating, even if Abby does return. He would pick her if he had to choose between being commissioner and being with her. She describes it as nice but questions whether she is simply a rebound. He acknowledges that his dating history hasn't been fantastic, but this seems special and appropriate. Back onto the bed they tumble. Breakfast served in bed, it's how Stefan awakens Gabby. Good wedding day and good beginning to the rest of their lives, he wishes her. Before he says he's surprised she didn't stay the night at Rafe's, they coo over one another. She thought the custom of not letting the bride see herself before the wedding was absurd. What could possibly occur to them that hasn't already? Until death do they part is a genuine pledge he makes this time. He adds that the typical wedding anniversary presents they haven't received over the past 5 years are represented on his breakfast plate. She regrets not having anything to offer him. She does, he assures her. He kisses her while crawling on top of her. A robed Dimitri and Leo in bed at the mansion. Gwen hears Leo's phone ping at the Salem Inn while she applies cosmetics. She should put his phone on vibrate, he shouts from the toilet. She frowns as she scans his phone. Leo enters the room wearing a suit with geometric patterns as Gwen reads libidinous turns of phrase. Gwen is curious about Leo's new love interest as his name appears as MP. Leo claims that the man is Matthew Perry, whom he met online. She is shocked that he didn't bring him up to her. He acknowledges that he could be picking up feelings, therefore he didn't want to curse it. Leo asserts that his closest friend's wedding is his primary priority after raving about what a great show he is. Leo replies to Dimitri's text and warns him that Gwen has seen the messages, but he is actually Magic, or MP, in his phone. Dimitri replies with a smile as Kristen glances behind him. It's rude, she quips, for him to text his boyfriend on the day that he will marry the woman of his dreams. Leo is only a pawn in Dimitri's game to keep him hanging around till he receives his inheritance, he argues. Leo will tell Gwen, Kristen foretells. And when that occurs, he will be screwed, and not in a good way. After having a nightmare about Eric discovering that she interfered with Nicole's baby's DNA test, Sloan jumps out of bed. She informs Eric that she had a nightmare about their unborn child, whom she already adores, while he embraces her. He reassures her that everything will be okay before leaving to take a shower. Sloan makes the decision to get out of bed on her own when the test results reveal the child is not EJ's. In the living room of the DiMera home, Nicole is discovered by EJ. EJ tells them the findings of their DNA test after they had stopped to wonder at Abe's survival. He advises them to head straight to the hospital. When Stefan enters, he begs EJ to assist him in getting ready for the nuptials. He hopes they can move past their Cain and Abel issues. EJ is told to stay by Nicole, and she will head to the hospital. Following Jada's acceptance of Rafe's invitation to the nuptials, she is unsure about his reaction to having Nicole there. He believes that EJ and Nicole are meant to be together. He queries her reaction to seeing her. Jada is unconcerned. If Eric were the father of her child, she may feel some anger, but he isn't. Sloan tells her kid that perhaps EJ will be Nicole's baby's father as she gets dressed. When Eric comes back, he invites Sloan to go with him so they may tell his father and Kate the good news. She tells a falsehood about seeing her brother. Kristen walks into Gabby's room wearing a low-cut metallic silver dress. White halter dress with fringed skirt and long veil are Gabby's accessories. Kristen gives her a vintage item that is a family treasure. Gabby is hesitant, but Kristen insists that she's attempting to build a connection because they will be related. Kristen puts the blue pendant necklace on Gabby as she relaxes. Dimitri enters the house in a tuxedo with a lengthy tie. EJ and Stefan inform him that he is not invited to the wedding while sporting matching attire. Dimitri inquires, "What wedding?" Stefan informs him of his impending nuptials. Dimitri replies that he is too. Just like Stefan, they're at the mansion. Dimitri can't force Gwen to go, even though EJ instructs him to locate another location. Stefan takes EJ aside after he starts to lose it. He proposes that they get married again and reminds EJ that they need to get along with one of their largest shareholders. Leo finds it difficult to assist Gwen in getting into her dress after they wax poetic about their close friendship. She reveals that the tight bell-sleeve dress with a cutout at the chest is a mannequin-purchased item. Nobody was accessible to make changes. Leo is then reassured by her that she has never connected with anyone as much as she does with Dimitri. Similar to his experience with Craig. "I have been defrauding Craig," Leo yells. Since Dimitri isn't defrauding her, Gwen acknowledges that analogy isn't the ideal one. Leo averts his remorseful eyes. She is dating someone who is only interested in her for the first time in her life. When Jada enters the pub wearing a fuchsia, spaghetti-strap maxi dress, Rafe is astounded. Eric walks in and finds that they're dating. Jada observes that he is holding a box of infant booties. He affirms Sloan and his pregnancy. Jada extends her sincere congrats and a subdued grin. Eric beams as he sees them walk together, laughing, to the wedding. Sloan arrives at the medical facility and asks for test results while posing as Nicole Walker. She uses EJ's name as a ruse to avoid showing her ID. The doctor tells her the outcomes. Nicole shows up as she departs. To let Nicole know the wedding is now plural, EJ calls her. Gabby freaks out after hearing EJ in the mansion. Leo and Gwen enter the room as Stefan continues. Gwen panics as she thinks back to her previous double wedding. Leo considers it a hint that she should scrap the entire plan. Dimitri gives him a scowl before convincing Gwen to do it with the aid of Kristen and eventually a reticent Leo. Sloan enters an examination room as Nicole discovers that someone has already picked up her test results from the hospital. EJ is not a genetic match, according to what she read. Sloan screams, "Dear God, the child is not EJ's. Eric's own it." The wedding starts once Jada and Rafe arrive. Anyone who can explain why these two couples shouldn't get married is invited to speak immediately, the officiant requests. "Who left that part in?" you ask. Together, Gabby and Dimitri both exclaim. Leo declares, "I have something to say." Thanks for watching if you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.